Gonna make the drink before we start?
Nope.
You gonna do it as we do?
Yep.
As we do. As we do. As we do. We're gonna keep all this in here. As we do. Okay, as we do. The next episode, which this is episode 7. Episode 7. Yo, we nice like heaven.
Be killing your brethren.
And yo, we got it all, like a 7-Eleven.
We got it made like special ed. Welcome to the remedial class.
Yo.
No Condom podcast.
If you didn't take that name already,
Put your mom in a cast.
If that name wasn't already taken, I should have taken it because I was in a special class when I was in education.
My mom says I'm special.
Definitely, like, you are special. I am special as well, though. There's different kinds of special.
Good.
Okay. Yo, I want to get right into this.
Alright.
The Breaking Vlad topic.
I want to get right into this.
So, cheers. Breaking Vlad, like, I think you should change your YouTube name to Breaking Vlad instead of Breaking Wreckords, like, because the way you don't drop these full interviews, like, I'm dying to get this full interview for the DMC, like.
People like clips.
Do they?
Apparently you don't. I do. Like, I'll put it
I'm not people?
I don't always have 2 hours to sit and watch Lord Jamar interviews. Sometimes I like to watch a new one at 20 minutes when it comes out. And then when I got hours to burn, I'm like...
But YouTube remembers your time that like you leave the video.
I know, but still. Do you ever go back and watch shit after you half watch it? I don't.
Yes.
Like the Jermaine Dupri Drink Champs. That's why I watched 2 hours. Because I literally was like watching it for 2 hours one night.
Okay, so
And then new content comes every day, so I don't go back and watch it.
I do.
Especially not when it's that long. Generally I don't. I will sometimes. Like, there are things that I will. Like Jay-Z's Rap Radar and shit like that.
Yo, Rap Radar? Like, were you on the Rap Radar train? Like, and just trying to search Drink Champs? Like, is that what you were on?
What?
When you're watching Rap Radar?
What do you mean?
You know, like, how they joke around on Drink Champs about the Rap Radar train?
No.
The Elliot Wilson train?
What's the Rap Radar train?
Just like where the location they were at before, they'd have trains go by and like they'd hear it and be like, "Oh, Elliot Wilson trying to fuck up our footage here."
So you got that.
So are you ever gonna drop the full
Yeah,
clip?
the DMC interview will come.
Full clip.
Full clip.
Do you wanna mess with this?
Gangsta. One of the best yet. I got it.
You like that? I put that in the comments. I was like, "I want the full clip."
Yeah. But you're in this business to rap. Full clip.
Okay, so we got it. I got him to agree. It is going to happen. We are going to get full clips for these interviews.
No, but I like to do it in small clips first because, first off, I like to keep the videos uniform. So when I put a full interview up, I don't want to put like DMC talks about this, and this for the full interview. Like, I just want to put it up. The full interviews is like DMC interview with Breaking Records Radio. But then if you do the small clips, they're more uniform. So you can title them each separately. But on top of that, it keeps daily content.
I get it. Like,
Keeps daily content coming.
I guess there's people on both sides. There is people that just watch the clips, and there is people like sometimes when I watch a single clip and the rest of it isn't out and it just ends, I'm just like, what the fuck? Like,
yeah.
I'm like, what the fuck? Where's the rest of it? Like,
yeah. And I used to get like that.
When I get really into something, I'm like, fuck.
No, and I agree. I used to get like that a lot. I really did. Like, especially watching Vlad and shit. Like, I used to get that. I'd be like watching a video and be like, what? This is already over? But I always post a full interview after, so you can always go back and watch it as a whole thing. And there's always the and your screen just fucked up, eh? Like, went completely black. Fade to black. Did you save the topics?
Yeah, they're saved.
Alright. Well, we're restarting the computer anyways. I'll continue.
Yeah.
But yeah, I fucking I I prefer doing the small clips because then people will watch the small clips before the full interview. But one thing I noticed too, like I only started doing the small clips, if you notice, like maybe 2 years ago.
Because you watch Vlad?
Well, that's where I got the idea, yeah, basically it was Vlad. Yeah. But I thought it was genius because, except one thing I will say, and now, I don't know if Vlad may argue this or something, but I was watching Vlad for a long time, and he used to annoy me because he used to only drop clips. He used to not drop the full interview, but that's one thing I started to do. I was like, well, instead of just dropping the full interview, I'll do it in clips first, then I'll drop the full. So, yeah. I'm not taking credit, I'm not saying Vlad's ever watched my channel, but I did that first.
Before he was doing clips? He's been doing clips?
No. Clips then follow up with the full.
Okay.
Because he used to only do clips. You wouldn't get the full after all the clips drop. That's when I started splitting clips. That was my like way of being different than Vlad. I was like, I'll do the clips, but you'll still get the full at the end. But now he does that. So Vlad watched my page and jacked my shit.
So he should change his channel to Breaking Vlad.
Yeah. He bit me.
Okay.
He bit me.
Was it like a mosquito bite or was it like a dog bite?
No, it was like Cujo bite.
Cujo?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
No, but I'm just playing. He obviously, I don't think he actually stole that from me. He just probably had the same idea. But I did that first. And that was kind of my way of like, not just being annoying like Vlad, but still doing, I cater to both. Yeah. Because one thing is, when I used to drop the full interviews, they didn't get a lot of views, man. Because they'd be long and shit, and like...
I hear that, but...
Yeah, so I don't know.
Just personally, how I like watching the videos, I like watching the fulls.
We're trying Union blended white wine right now. Just got this yesterday. Riesling Chardonnay.
I'm trying to look like I'm actually about this life, but I'm not really. I'm fronting right now.
Yeah, you haven't even drank your first glass yet. That was
because like I'm not like really.
That was foreplay. That was Heather Brooke right there.
Yeah?
This guy doesn't know who Heather Brooke is. He clearly never stroked the nut out before he was fucking 20 years old.
Was she in the Sears catalog book?
No, she wasn't. But before the internet, that's what you had. Yeah, unless you could find your dad's Playboy stash or something, you had Sears catalog.
Yeah, I jerked off to the Sears catalog multiple times, like when I was younger. Especially like I'm a little bit, a couple years older than you too, so like
I only had to maybe rub one out to a couple Sears catalogs, but pretty much since I've been jerking off, the internet was in its like infant stages. So like,
channel through the squiggly lines, you'd be like, oh, there's a nipple, you know?
I remember the days before being able to actually download porn to your computer, though. Like, I guess you could, but maybe I was just too young and scared. I don't know either way, but I used to always download pictures.
Yeah.
On the internet. Oh no, you know what? It's because internet speeds were so slow at that time that if I downloaded a porn video, my dad would come to the computer before that thing was even done and I even got to watch it or do anything with it. And I was scared I'd be in shit. If anything, you probably would have been like, atta boy.
That's the thing, like when you are like younger and you're like getting into porn, you are like scared of your parents finding out. But like really like.
No, you want to know a funny story actually, because I know where you're going with this.
It's funny because like really like everybody has sex and like you know like probably your parents would have probably the bees and the birds and the bees conversation before that, like you know.
I didn't get much of a bees and a birds conversation until like I was already like I'd gotten head by the time I got a birds and bees conversation.
My mom sent my stepdad in and he was like, so you're using condoms? And I'm like, yep.
I was just gonna say that. That was my bees and birds conversation, basically.
And he was like, okay, cool.
When my parents realized I was already like smoking.
And then he just kind of gave me the pound, and then like fucking. Yeah. He was like, all right.
When my parents realized I was already smoking weed and drinking, I basically got the like make sure you use protection conversation. That was the only beads and birds. But you want to know a funny story?
I was old enough to remember the Sears catalog and like.
Yo.
And there was like probably their lingerie section was probably like what, 4 or 5 pages.
You know better than me, man. You know better than me.
Well, I remember the catalogs. Like
I specialize in Heather Brooke, and you specialize in the Sears catalog.
And but the thing is that
generation gaps.
They only had all the different color women, but they were all like kind of skinny. Like they didn't have like any big booty.
No, there was no plus size models back then.
No, it was kind of like.
That was before the world went PC.
And I think
everything had to be.
I think because of that, I think when I was younger, I was kind of like super into like the skinnier girls, but then like as I watched more porn like later years, I started seeing more big booty girls, and like I'm just way more into it now. Like I remember like when I was in my teens, I wasn't really looking at like plus size girls like a certain way, and now
No, just plus size tits.
Just plus size tits, but then like you wouldn't look at you look at plus size ass and you'd be like, oh, that's gross. But now it's like you look at it and you're like, hey, I like the wiggle of it. And like when you're doing it doggy style, like you don't get hurt. Like the bones can fucking
don't get hurt. That's like an urban legend right there to me, man. That's a myth. That's what every guy who likes big asses says. Like, it doesn't hurt. Nah, man, it doesn't hurt.
So
it doesn't hurt.
So we're moving forward in time.
No, we're not. I got a story.
Okay.
I want to tell this. He cut my ass off. So you're with the Sears catalog. I'm with the downloading JPEGs of fucking porno pictures, and like back when everybody used to like, they'd make like, you would like see like J-Lo naked, or J-Lo takes dick, or like something pictures,
J-Lo.
And you would download it, and you'd be like, what? No, she doesn't actually, and it was Photoshop, but at the time you're a kid and you're like, I'm gonna pretend this is real. It kind of looked real. So you'd rub one out to it or whatever. But one day I downloaded fucking a couple Christina Aguilera.
I was gonna say, I had a Christina Aguilera one of her in the pool.
Naked?
It was a Photoshop
no, that one's real.
Was that real?
Yeah, that's from Maxim magazine. Oh my god, I used to have those pictures. That photo shoot, those pictures were on my wall for like. Oh man, those pictures were on my wall for like 3 years. Oh yeah, with like the floaty and the fucking, she's got like the dirty hair.
Yeah.
It was like in that era. Oh my god. That might be the sexiest photo shoot of a pop singer of all time. I rubbed out so many fucking early children who, God bless their soul, rest in peace, never got to see the light of day or the egg of a female to those pictures.
Shout out to Christina Aguilera, like we've kind of like got chops twice on the podcast talking about her.
Yeah, man. But, so I had this one day, man, and I downloaded these pictures, and I thought my parents were out for a few hours. So it's like, yeah, I downloaded like these J-Lo pictures, and like these Christina Aguilera pictures. Like those ones would have been cool, like the Maxim ones, because they weren't full nudity, whatever. But I was scared like of like the like nastier shit and like the uncut shit I was downloading. Anyways, I downloaded obviously their Photoshop pictures, but I pretended they were real. And then my dad came home. My parents came home, and I was like, oh shit. And like my family always shared the same computer. This is back before computers were like a commodity in every room of the house. Like there was like one family computer, so I'm like, shit, I hear them come in.
We got 2 computers on
deck right now. Your phone's a computer.
Video.
You know what I mean? I could sit in the bathroom with my cell phone now if I was a kid. But point of the story being,
that brings up another topic, but I'll let you finish.
My dad comes home. I'm like, shit. Or both my parents. I'm like, shit. So I delete the pictures, throw them in the recycling bin, and I go run and sit on the couch, put the TV on, right? And I sit there, and my dad comes right downstairs. He's like, hey, how's it going? And I must have been acting awkward because I was like, you know what I mean? I must have just been giving off something like I was doing something I shouldn't be, because he's just like, what's up? And I'm like, nothing. And I was just like acting so awkward. And he goes and sits on the computer and starts to like go through his emails and shit. And I'm like,
still have a chub?
Fuck, yeah!
You still had chub,
I was still chubbing.
That's why you're awkward. You're
fuck.
Fuck, my parents are home, I still got a chub.
I didn't even get to finish my business, so I'm like, fuck. So I'm sitting there, he's chilling on the computer. And anyways, he like minimizes his email and he's like, what's in the recycling bin? Because he was like one of those guys who always cleared the recycling bin, right? And I'm like, fuck. He opens it and he sees the pictures. And like, it was so funny. Because he tried to like give me that talk where he was like, he's like, you know, like you're not supposed to be doing this. But you could just tell he was so happy I wasn't gay.
Yeah.
Like looking back at it, I remember
dads are like that.
Like I remember actually getting in trouble before, you know what I mean? And then I think of that incident and I'm like, that talk was such a not like get in trouble talk. And he's like, I'm not gonna tell your mom about this, but like I'm shaking upstairs, he's like, Jen. Because I didn't have many girlfriends when I was a little kid either. I was a fat little kid and I was like shy and shit.
I remember the first time my dad seen me checking out a girl, and I turned back at him. He was just like looking at me. He was just smiling. He was like, "I seen that."
Yo, you can't hide that kind of shit from your pops, yo. No. They're waiting for that sign. They're waiting up until they get that sign. They're waiting for it, and then they're like, "Ah, cool."
For sure. So we went on the Sears catalog. And now we're bringing it to the future. Nowadays, what to jerk off on is when you get the girls to send you nudes, you get the 3D printer.
I can't jack off to nudes anymore though. I've been desensitized by the internet. Like I need to watch like a girl get trained by 8 guys or like fucking deep throat an 8-inch cock and
what if you print it out? What if you print it out on the 3D printer though? Maybe something different. And I think.
Can you do a full body size?
Right? Are you gonna fuck it then?
Might push its tits together.
Yeah, but I think the 3D printers would probably be better for because girls get dick pics all the time, and they'd be able to see who has the bigger.
No, do you know what's crazy?
Who has the actual legit
with
bigger.
The 3D? Like, you know how girls expose guys for sending dick pics on like Facebook and shit, and they'll like blur out the dick, but they'll like show the conversation and shit? They should start exposing dudes with the printout.
Yo,
they should have a museum of Dick Pic Hall of Fame of all the losers who have infamously been blocked and deleted and exposed for sending dick pics because they're so thirsty.
Girls should put up a thing and be like, okay, this is the guy that had the smallest and this was the guy that had the biggest.
But they're both in the Hall of Shame. Like the whole Hall of Fame is a Hall of Shame.
Hall of Shame.
You know what I mean? Have you ever sent dick pics aside from that one Snapchat incident we talked about?
I don't even know if I actually did that time.
Yeah, we know what happened.
But no, I haven't. But like I haven't had the right lighting.
I sent a dick pic once, but it was a girl I was actually seeing, so that's fair.
Yeah, it was.
I don't understand the concept of dudes that like, yo, what's up?
There was just nothing sexy about a dick pic.
And like,
well, and
it's something like if you already messed around with the girl, like you said, like it was like somebody you're already with.
Yeah.
Well, like,
and it's warranted.
If you send me a dick pic, I'd be like, why are you sending me?
Yeah, I know. We've been over this. This was like one of the conversations we had on the first nights we started dating.
Right.
And then you hung out, not even dating at that point.
You hung out with your dick pic?
I hung out with my bung out.
You hung out when you're taking the pictures.
She doesn't like dick pics. Here's the real thing.
Woo!
But like, guys, like, you gotta make sure the lighting is right if you do send a dick pic.
Yeah, but that's
make sure you got like a spotlight from the bottom and like a light from different sides.
About the lighting.
Yeah, like if
proper angles.
Like with shadows, it might not look like what it is.
But also, you get the reverse effect and make it look like more than what it is. And then what if you bag the girl and then she's like, yeah, it looks smaller than in the picture.
Well, I'm like, well, sorry, yeah, like, make a choice.
You got this far, honey.
Yeah, it's now, Oreo.
Move the bush aside and dig in.
I actually trim. I got the bush.
I used to cut it all off, but now I leave like a little. I leave like, you know, it's like when you mow your lawn. You know what I mean? I ain't tear it up to dirt, but like I got like a nice, consistent.
You got a fucking what do they call that? Landing strip?
Yeah, no, it's not a strip. I don't do like that shit. I mean, if you're talking about that thing that I've seen like in porn before, like that weird, like I don't design it and shit. It's just like it's tame. It's like, you know.
Oh yeah, like you don't go right down like.
I don't go bare skin, but like I pretty much trim the shit off. But I just like leave it so it looks like.
So it's not racist skinhead, but it's like a little. Like,
it's basically like it's like 18-year-old over like 12-year-old. You know what I mean?
Okay.
Because I've talked to a few girls and they don't like completely bald. It's like little kid shit.
See, I've heard that like some girls like it though.
Yeah, that's why I make it. It's like a happy medium.
Like
shorty, you can have whatever you like.
She definitely don't want to get hair in her mouth when she's sucking your dick though.
Well, she's gonna get HIV anyway, so what's the matter?
But like, she finds out that afterwards. You want her to enjoy the moment and not get the hair.
I mean, you just got HIV listening to this, so.
Right.
But speaking of,
I got gossip for Herpelades.
But speaking of the dick pics.
Are you on that kind of level? I got gossip for Herpelades.
Nah.
Nah, fam, I'm not.
Nah, I'm not. But I don't know. It's just what goes through like a dude's mind who sends dick pics? You know what I mean? Like, it's the thirstiest shit in the world. Like, isn't the idea to like not seem thirsty no matter how thirsty you are?
Let's get into the thirst.
So
do we want to talk about guys being thirsty online or thirst traps first?
Let's talk about guys being thirsty online because that's where we're at right now.
Okay.
I don't understand.
Even like, yo, what gets me sometimes is like, I'll put up something, and then a girl will comment on my thing, and then a guy will reply to her comment being thirsty, and like it's somebody that I know, and like I'm not even sure if that guy knows.
Knows her?
And I'm like, wow, this girl probably thinks all my friends are douchebags.
Or do you know what the other thirsty shit is too? When guys, now that I'm dating somebody, guys that haven't met your girlfriend, just add your girlfriend.
That's weird.
And like her pictures and shit.
Yeah.
That's thirsty.
Yeah, that's
and
weird.
like that's a different level of thirsty. Like there's some that I think like I'm like, the fuck you saying? And then there's others that I'm like, yo, it's innocent. It's innocent.
If you've never met, like I have that rule. Like,
no, there's multiple that have never met her that like have added my girlfriend. I'm like,
are they good friends of yours though?
there's two levels to it. That's what I'm trying to say. There's certain dudes where I'm like,
if it's an acquaintance
cool.
of yours, you're like, what the fuck, dude?
No, yeah, well that's what I mean. But there's there's levels. Like there's certain dudes where I'm like, yeah, it's cool. You know what I mean? Like, but then there's other dudes I'm like, yeah, like we're not like that cool. You know what I mean? I'm like, that's thirst. That's a weird thirst.
Yeah.
But another one I find thirsty too is like other girls that like I'll be friends with on Facebook and stuff, like kind of what you were saying. But like they'll like say something on your post or something, and then like 3 days later, like she'll post something, and one of your boys or like one of your acquaintances who you weren't cool with, all of a sudden are like liking her pictures. You're like, did you just literally see her comment on my shit and add her? Like that's so thirsty.
Yeah.
But like, there's a lot of those guys out there. Like, it's funny being a guy because you see that shit. You know what I mean?
As
to where,
I
like-
almost see like the guys that I know that are super thirsty are guys that like really don't even like have like.
But have you ever noticed it's
like,
consistently the same guys? Too?
Oh yeah, for sure.
And they're the thirsty.
For sure.
Like, there's a thirsty bunch,
Yeah.
and then everyone else is just cool.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But then there's like a pack of like 50 thirsty wolves on your Facebook.
But then like
That like are like.
but I find
they're
it's
just
like
out for
it's
blood.
guys that don't really like.
And if
have,
one of those
hobbies or
50
nothing.
guys like add my girl on Facebook, then it's like it's war.
And
it's on.
I almost find the guys that are the super thirsty guys are the guys that really don't have like hobbies and other things going on. Like when you ask them what's going on, oh nothing, I'm just chilling in this weekend.
No, yo, you know what though? They range. Like they range.
A lot of those guys are super thirsty.
No, the thirsty pack will range though. Like there'll be guys who can get girls in the thirsty pack, but then there's guys who like don't get girls in the thirsty pack too.
Yeah.
But it ranges. Like it's not just like one specific type of dude.
But the guys that can get girls that are in the thirsty pack, they are the type of like they might be in shape and they might be like attractive to the girls, but then like they're super weird, so they can't keep a girl. And like they're the ones that are like super thirsty. I find like some of those guys are the ones that are.
That's
super
interesting.
Because they're just weird individuals.
That's interesting.
So like they can get the girl, but they can't keep a girl. So
You
so
could
I
have
was
a
trying to
point
thirst
with
on the
that.
next one.
Now that we're talking about it, I just want to name names, but like I'm not gonna put people on blast like that. But we both know one of them.
I'm trying to think of who. I don't know. Give me a hint.
Nah, man. I'm not gonna put people on blast in public. But people are thirst. And then the funniest shit is when you see like the comments, like when a girl like makes a post about like, oh, this happened, or like this is so shitty or something, and they're like, yo, head up, hun, you got this.
Yeah.
If you need anything, babe, call.
I really don't care about these guys being thirsty. It just
No, it's just funny.
but when it is on
The only time I
my
care
status,
is the only time I care is when it's like a dude adding my girl or some shit like that
Yeah.
like you guys have never met. And like I said, there's two levels to that. There's guys that it's cool,
Yeah.
you know what I mean? But then there's other guys I'm like, why are you adding my girlfriend?
and then there's girls that put up the thirst traps. Cause like, yo,
Girls are fucking.
and then they call out the thirsty guys.
And there's two kinds of girls with that too, though. There's the girls who are intentionally doing that, but then you have the girls who don't even realize they're setting a thirst trap.
Right.
Like
but,
innocent thirst trap.
But then like
My girlfriend sets innocent thirst traps sometimes.
I do. How? What's my innocent?
I know a lot of girls that like when I
That's
see
what
their
I mean.
pictures-
It's innocent.
When I see their pictures, I'm like, me personally knowing them, I'm like, I know they're not doing it on, but like some girls, are purposely like, I've watched girls like take selfies and try and make sure their tits are in.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh,
yeah.
I do that all the time.
No, you don't.
I'm with tits.
No, but yeah, it's funny.
Yeah.
There's two sides of the spectrum on both sides.
I've
The
seen
thirsty guys
girls
and the
trying to
thirst
make sure they
trappers.
got their tits in there, like,
Oh yeah.
okay,
Oh, yeah.
and even like push them together, and you see how I push
Girls
them
are
together.
ridiculous with that shit, man.
Okay, that's what I need to start doing.
Do you know what else is it? You don't need to
Pushing them
do
together.
nothing.
And like
You
even
just
like,
need to relax. Relax. As the great Nora
Yeah.
would say, relax.
and like
Yo, you need to relax.
and a lot of girls sometimes. Like I'll even like
I'm gonna
sometimes
put vodka in
I
there with
won't
your
even,
red-
I won't even mess with a girl.
Red wine.
Yeah, because this is a trick I can get into now.
Vodka and red wine.
Red.
Red wine.
But when you see certain girls that like when you go through their Facebook and their whole
I'm
thing
gonna
is
put
like all
white wine in
selfies.
there too.
Yeah,
Oh my god, that's awful.
mix whatever. I'll just drink it. Maybe some booster juice.
Yeah, get some nutrients in your gut before you swallow that nut.
Oh snap!
Heather Brooke.
But yeah,
place to be.
some girls on their Facebook, it's all selfies.
Oh yeah. Oh.
And like you know those are the ones that purposely.
I want to call
Thirst
out a
trapping.
couple people again too, but I can't call people out publicly like this. Yo, give me a second. Grab and chase. Continue the topic.
Okay, the thirst trap is too much. Like, girls, you know you're doing it, and like, some of these girls are like, the only thing they got going for them is their looks. Like, their personalities are fucked, but then they got like 400 likes on their fucking on their picture.
Yeah.
And it's like,
They're Facebook famous.
and like,
Or
you see all
Instagram
these
famous.
guys, they don't want anything to do with her. Like, they just want to smash once, and
That's the thing.
and get it.
That's
But,
what
like,
you-
these guys will tell them everything they want to hear. They'll be like, "Oh, girl, you're so beautiful."
No, half the time when the guy puts that effort forward, they're feeling it out.
No, like,
Well, it depends what you're saying. But like, if you're up in the DMs and you're carrying conversation, you're like feeling it out.
other guys will go to extremes. I've seen it a lot.
Don't make all guys seem like shit.
No, I'm saying there is guys. I don't do it. Like
I'd say out of like the
For instance-
400 likes.
For instance, if you know a girl and she dyes her hair, right, and the color doesn't look right with her, but then you see guys that'll be like, "Oh yeah, it looks good, it looks good, it looks good." I've told girls that like it doesn't look good, and they'll be like, "Fuck you, Eddie," and like I'm like, "Well," because I'm the only one that told you the truth. Like guys will just tell them anything they want to hear, like,
Yeah.
and like when it doesn't really look good, like.
But guys will do that still on the other side of the spectrum. Whether they're trying to smash or whether they're trying to feel it out.
Yeah, I mean, I'm just like an anomaly or whatever. I'm just a fucking weirdo. Like,
You're just honest.
exactly.
Hey, yo.
Not too many people are honest.
I
as well.
appreciate people who are honest.
Right.
But sometimes honesty gets you in shit.
And yes, it does. For real.
Like sometimes you gotta choose who to be honest with and when to be honest.
Okay, I'll talk about this. Is like, I can't hang out with guys that like if let's say I'm going out to like a party with a couple of my friends. I'm at the party and I'm talking to this girl. It's just me and her talking, and a guy will come up and try and discredit like me in the situation just to try and get like into the conversation with her. I'm like, yo, I have no.
I reckon them are fighting words.
I have no problem. And it's like, but it's like so small, so subtle, and like the guy knows what's going on, but then like sometimes like the girl doesn't know, and it's like, yo, dude, fam, like I know what you're doing.
You're about to get checked real quick, man.
Yeah, and like it's super lame. Like
I've never really had that. Well, aside from when I was in high school, I had guys try to pull that shit. And to be honest, I can name a couple of them, and I still don't like them to this day because
Yeah.
it's the biggest bird shit you can do. But
Yeah.
I got that at the bar though. Like I don't really get that now at this age.
Yeah.
But at the bar, you get that sometimes.
yeah,
And you're just like, you're a clown, fam. But
And even like I was talking to some girls.
even girls will smell like a clown
I-
like that, man.
Like
On the flip side, how many times you've been with a girl, some guy do that, and then her fucking go hang out with that guy and ditch you? Like that doesn't happen.
no.
You know what I mean? Because girls can smell a bird further away than a
And
guy
like,
can at the time.
this is another thing like, directly related to it. I find like when I'm talking to a girl, I don't know how much we lost though.
I don't think much, because if it would have cut off at 30 minutes or something, then it literally just cut off. And I just noticed it. And I've been looking up every like little bit.
Okay.
Alright, technical difficulties. My HIV got stuck in the cracks of the camera.
Yo.
Shut it off for a minute.
Yeah, I didn't recognize it because the Molly that I popped because I'm sweating right now.
I wish I had Molly right now.
So yo, I want to get into this story.
Did you know that they're talking about making MDMA legal in Canada right now for medicinal purposes?
That's
Bam. Boom, 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 boom!
I don't know if that calls for it.
I like
Yeah.
Molly.
I want to bring up this story.
Molly Ringwald.
This is a good story. So, a buddy of mine, I'm not gonna say his name, but so.
Can I say his name if I figure it out?
Don't say it.
Okay.
Okay. So, buddy of mine. So every time he has a girl over at his house, right? And he's messing with her, and he is he don't listen to the podcast. He's a condom guy, right? He rocks condoms. So every time when he's done, he twists it up and throws it in the garbage. So then the second he opens up his door, you know, his cats then come in, go right to the garbage, and dig it out. And then like he hasn't been paying attention to the cats sometimes, and then like realized the cat was doing that, and swatted the cat away, and the condom was empty. And like his cats try and do that every time, like after he has sex with a girl.
So his cats are drinking his cum.
He has to make sure that like he empties.
Does this guy have a studio in his house?
No.
You sure?
Yeah.
Okay.
So he was telling me this story, and he's like, I don't know what it is. Like,
Do I know?
I don't know. Probably not. I don't.
Okay, I was thinking it was somebody else.
I don't think you know.
I thought it was somebody else.
I don't think you know. But
Sorry, Burns.
no. No, it's not Burns. It's not Burns. I didn't know where you're going with it at first, and I was like, I know what you're talking about, but yeah, no, it's not Burns. But yeah, so like he was just telling me the story. I thought it would be like kind of cool to tell him the podcast. Like
That's hilarious.
Like every time like his cats are trying to like get to the condom, and
That'd be horrifying.
yeah, like the first time he because he didn't pay attention. It's the first time the cat cleaned out the condom.
That's fucking disgusting.
Yo, imagine his cat gives birth in like 6 months to like a fucking ET looking thing.
Yeah, that'd be hilarious.
Holy fuck. That's why you don't use condoms, people. That's why you don't use condoms. No condom podcast, you know what I'm saying? Put your hands together and say a prayer for this poor individual. This poor fucking cat. Fuck the individual. Actually, you know what? The cat likes it.
The cat likes it, so it's going for it.
Yo, I hope the cat's name is Heather Brooke.
He should rename the cat to
Right. Or fucking Mia Khalifa or something.
So speaking of this, so it's that time of the season that
Bukkake.
so these squirrels are out here trying to get nuts.
Yo, the cat woke up with a new bukkake.
That's fire. Woke up with a new bukkake. Holy Jesus.
Bring the cat out for
Fire.
that one.
Fire. So yeah, so what do you think about these squirrels out here gathering nuts right now?
As long as they're not gathering my nuts.
Yeah.
How are we gonna talk about rodents and nuts right now, fam? Pause. Pause.
Pause.
Alright.
Okay, so where do you want to go from here?
Well, speaking of nuts, what about Kevin Spacey's disgusting?
Oh. Yeah.
Holy shit. Yo, I'm gonna grab another mix, fam.
And he's like, yo. And he said like, I might have done that, but I don't remember.
Oh, I'm drunk.
Yo.
Hell, fucking Bill Clinton sounded better than that. I did not have sex with that one.
I even heard on like Hot 97, like Rosenberg made a good point. He was saying, he was like, yo, if he doesn't remember doing that, he probably does that a lot.
Yeah, no shit. If you woke up after, like, that's the
Like,
thing.
yeah, if you don't remember messing around with a fucking 14-year-old.
No, he didn't mess around. He tried to fuck him or something, didn't he? Like, didn't he push him on his bed and try to like do some shit? And the kid was like, nah, and then he was like, alright. Like, I don't think he actually raped him or like anything like that. But if you don't remember acting like that around a fucking kid,
yeah, you probably do that quite often.
then you've done that probably quite often with a number of people. Like,
Yeah, and like the whole like
cause like I can tell you, like I've acted like an idiot, and you remember that the next day. You might not remember like half your night, but you remember like
acting like an idiot.
I blew that one thing. That was whack.
I don't know what's going on here, but I'm gonna do it.
Drink it. Drink. Oh, that's soft, fam. I'm already down like that. I at least finished my red wine though, so like mine was just white wine and vodka. So currently we're sitting like this. We want to thank our sponsors.
Yeah. Wait until after
Baller
this.
Trail Shiraz and Stalik Niki. How the fuck do you say this shit? I've never
record
pronounced
next
it
podcast
once.
after we get some whiskey.
We've been drinking this shit for fucking 6 months. Wow, she's probably been drinking it longer. And I've never actually pronounced the name of it. Staliknia.
I don't even know how to pronounce it.
Shliknia. That's what it is.
Shliknia.
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 I figured this shit out. Yo.
We figured it out.
Figured out the ancient hieroglyphics and the pyramids.
And
Yo, me and the Mayans are now mentally one. Yo.
And we figured out that the Earth is flat.
I just unearthed all of Nikola Tesla's patents that were destroyed and burned by Thomas Edison and J.P. Morgan.
You unflat Earthed.
I unflat earthed the theory.
Yeah.
So what about B.O.B. talking about that slave ships have never been proven to exist?
Yo, like, he's wildin', eh?
I think he's trolling. I had a few people comment. I made a post the other day, and I had a few people comment and say like, you know, I'm actually just bringing it up because they brought up interesting dialogue, but then somebody else who was completely uninvolved brought up another interesting piece of dialogue. So while we sit here and I do this,
you got people that believe in the flat Earth.
I'm gonna give you my best Chuck D impression while I look up for this. Banks! How low can you go? Death row? What a buffalo. Shout out to Toro.
Do you think he was eating wings when he said that?
Yo, actually, just for y'all that don't know who Heather Brooke is, when I say the name. 28 and older, you remember busting your first nut to that. Just saying.
My first nut was Serious Catalog, but...
Well, that's where we differentiate, my friend.
Yeah.
Alright.
Do they even still have the Sears catalog?
No, I don't think so. I think it RIP'd.
Sears is bankrupt.
Yeah, Sears is gone. Alright, so yeah.
So even if I wanted to like go back and like kind of like jerk off for like...
I hope you kept some catalogs.
I didn't.
Maybe that's why they went bankrupt. They got rid of their catalog.
Yeah, if you want this nostalgic hand
Right?
job, that's not. You can find them on the internet. I'm sure. I'm sure there's other people.
Right now.
I'm sure there's other people who want.
I mean, if I'm gonna jerk off, I'm not gonna look up the Sears catalog on the internet. If I'm on the internet,
You're gonna watch Bukkake.
exactly. A sloppy bukkake.
What's your favorite thing to watch in porn, actually? A bukkake is interesting. A girl who will take 98 nuts to the face.
Is that what that is?
Oh yeah, it's girls who just take numerous shots to the face. They just sit there and guys just come one after another.
Alright.
Once you've rubbed one out to a couple bukkakes, there's nothing really important anymore that can shock you. You're like, I've pretty much seen it all. It's like as bad as it gets. Almost.
Yeah. I don't know. There's a couple different things I watch. Like I switch it up every once in a while.
You have to switch it up.
Definitely.
But porn, I feel bad for kids of our generation, or like our generation and younger, because like porn desensitized me. Like my dad, I remember like finding. Oh, I'm about to air my pops out.
You want to do that?
Sorry, Dad. I remember finding porn in my dad's closet before when I was a kid. And it was just like normal porn. I remember I put it in and I found that shit boring. And I was like 13!
The pizza
I was
guy.
like 12! You know what I mean?
The pizza guy
and
showed
I
up.
found that shit boring already. So that goes to show what his generation.
Was the pizza guy showing up and then like?
It wasn't a pizza guy, it was just porn. But like, I found it boring. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And it just goes to show how desensitized even at 13 I was. Because it's like this shit I could watch. Nowadays kids are probably watching horses fuck girls on the reg and fucking...
Horses fucking.
Oh yeah, that shit exists. I've watched a couple girls get plowed by a horse, man. That shit is...
Yeah.
You don't go back from that. I'm telling you, don't watch that if you're not ready for it.
They look like demons when they're getting fucked like that too.
That shit's crazy.
The girls look like demons.
That
like,
shit's
when they-
fucked up, man.
Their eyes roll back.
And they actually do that shit too. That shit like... That's like, what country is it? Is it Brazil? There's a country where that's not
Girls have
illegal,
died.
and that's like a public like.
Girls have died from that.
Oh yeah, they have.
From being fucked by a horse.
I'm not fucking
Yeah.
surprised.
Imagine.
Yeah.
Girls have died from fucking a broomstick. I do not doubt that a girl has died from a horse fucking her. But that's like I can't remember which country is it. Brazil is. See, I don't want to say an actual name and be wrong. I was just hoping you might know the country. But there's a country where that is actually like legal.
Bukkake?
And
Is it called bukkake?
no, bukkake's the same thing around the world. There's fucking loads on the face. But I'm talking about a girl fucking a horse. We're talking bestiality, not bukkake. Where are you getting this mixed up, fam?
I don't know where that.
You fucking animals on the reg or something, fam? Like, I don't know where you're getting these two signals crossed, but fam, no.
Yo, a girl getting bukkake by a
By group of horses?
Yeah. Next time I watch porn, I'm watching that. I'm looking that up.
Stallion bukkake.
Stallion bukkake. Yeah. That's definitely gonna be a category.
This world's got some fucked up shit, man. But no, there's a country, I can't remember which country it is, where bestiality is legal, and like girls, like the way you have like go-go dancers here and like escorts and shit, like there's girls who literally like fuck horses in public display for like money. And like people will gather around and like fuck a goat, and like groups of people will just like gather around and be like, hey, you wanna watch the goat fucking today? Like, I can't remember where it is, but there's somewhere where that shit's legal, and like that just baffles me. Cause I tell you,
Okay.
watching that shit online will change your mind forever. That you're like, holy fuck. That's like one of those images that like you just like you wish you never saw, but you can't undo it.
Okay, so we didn't fully get into the Kevin Spacey and the B.O.B. We kind of like off topic. So
Well, Kevin Spacey, first off, he probably likes to suck a couple horse dicks. That's probably his thing. He's got that money. He's getting that House of Cards money, so he's probably like, you know, you'll fuck a prostitute, fam. He did that. He did his fucking attempts on underage boys. Now he's moved on. Like, we're desensitized from the internet, and you're desensitized from the Sears catalogs. He's desensitized from fame. Now he's like, yo, fuck it, man. I need a horse dick in this ass.
I think like yeah, because like the Sears catalog was all the skinny girls. That's why I think I like bigger girls now, because like I've already jerked off to enough of that.
That's the thing, man. It's like, can you remember the first time you saw a pair of tits?
I like the
Your
wiggle.
dick went, aside from your mother's, your dick went, it was fucking pointing all types of ways. It was like a fucking, it was like it was magnetized to every star in the sky, and it did not know which way it wanted to go. But, you know, now you see a naked girl, and like I said before about like girls sending nudes, like you can't even jack off to a nude anymore.
And like that's why
A girl with provocative clothes on, who doesn't show her body, is almost more sexy than a nude nowadays.
That's what I was gonna bring up. Is like I don't go to the strip club very often anymore, but sometimes like the bartenders look better than the strippers. And like the shooter girls or whatever like that too. And like cause
sometimes
like,
less.
It's almost like the mystery, the mystery of it.
Yeah.
You're like I wonder what.
And it's like it's like even when it goes, the music goes to everything. Less is more. sometimes. And that's one thing that takes a lot to really comprehend. You know, that's something you don't comprehend till you're older. A lot of time when you're younger, you don't realize it, but... And that goes for everything, like music. Like when I was younger, I thought like you had to have bars and be lyrical all the time to be good. You know what I mean?
I think you have to see enough naked girls to kind of like.
No, you just have to have enough experience and whatever. Because I'm not just talking about girls here. I'm just talking about everything in life.
Yeah.
Less is more sometimes.
Sometimes.
A lot.
A lot of times.
It's like 50-50.
Yeah.
Yo, shout outs to the homie Chris Got Rocks. He just sent me a text message. Asked me if I'm going to the beatbox championship tonight. That's something else we could do. We could probably get a guest list if slang terminology interviews fall through. Just saying. Salutes Chris Got Rocks, Maximum FM. Wasn't planning on that, but maybe that's something.
Yeah. So like, the whole thing right now is like a whole bunch of people are getting exposed in like the entertainment field of like all this fuckery.
Cockies and horse dicks and Masonic fucking ceremonies where they fuck goat heads, and it's just a disgusting world we live in nowadays, man. I'm just glad that I watched Regis and Kelly in the morning growing up, and like, speaking of Kelly, like not me, she's a banging old chick.
Oh,
sorry,
for sure.
babe.
For
sure. Kelly
Ripa, she's so beautiful.
She is a banging old chick.
Oh yeah. She's jacked too.
Is she?
Oh yeah.
Sometimes jack girls are gross.
No, like she's so
like sexy jack
ripped,
or
like she's so defined.
Yeah.
She is a good-looking older lady, my man. And my girl.
Would it
she
be weird?
agrees with me.
Would it be weird if I was calling her Kelly? Well, I was like, hey, Kelly.
Yeah, because you call me Maloney.
So it wouldn't be weird. I call her Kelly.
Do you know what would be weird if you were taking a baseball bat up your ass? Going, oh, Kelly. And you meant Kelly Gruber, but you like said Kelly, because still that would be awkward.
Which way is the baseball bat? Oh, is it the...
I mean, if you're going to take the bat fam, you might as well just take a fat end first.
Fat end first?
You might as well. Unless you like to, like, save the best for last.
But if you want to do it the other way, it's kind of like putting like the butt plug up. It's in the way the butt plug holds. It's
you know way too much about a butt plug right now, my man. That's all I'm going to say on that. That's all.
Pause, fam.
Pause, fam. And I'm going to say that vodka and white wine does not taste good together.
No.
But, anyways.
I'm still drinking it though.
Yo. Anyways, man, I don't know. Kevin Spacey, that shit's fucked up. To actually be serious about it, that shit's fucked up. Yeah. Harvey Weinstein, that shit's fucked up. Birdman, that shit. I want to give you my theory, but I don't want him to roll up on me like he never rolled up on Ross. So I don't know if I'm gonna give my Birdman theory today. But I kind of told you a little bit about it last podcast. Anyways,
like I don't even think I think I roll up more than Birdman. The amount of joints that I smoke. The amount of joints that I smoke.
Yo, dude, you didn't even roll the spliff yet. The fuck's going on?
I know, we just kind of jumped in.
Yo, meanwhile over here, more shameless promo. You'll miss it by the time this podcast is out, but check out my dudes at the... Man, I can't even talk here. Welcome to the Shot Club podcast. You know what it is. I'm on there tomorrow. Max TV. Shameless shout out. You know what it is. Mo Littles, Cheza, Tracy Motivate.
By tomorrow,
David Solomon. Yeah, 6:30 p.m. MaxNowTV.com. And that's every Sunday.
This will be on Saturday, right? Next Saturday?
Yeah, they missed my podcast by now that I'm on there, but I'm just letting people know just for promo for those guys. Shout out to the Welcome to Shot Club guys.
So
they got Maestro Fresh West on at the end of the week.
So you're doing another podcast?
Yeah, I'm cheating on you.
Yo, you're telling me about it? You're foul.
I'm foul.
Yeah, you're foul.
I'm as foul as Heather Brooke after taking a 98 nut Bukkake.
What's worse, like cheating and like
cheating and
admitting it, or cheating and like hiding it? Because like you've been like...
That's a good question. Now, I wish we had Lindsay here to get female perspective on this. She can tell us when she comes back. Me? Before I ever got cheated on, I felt like cheating and hiding it was the better thing to do. Because I didn't want to hurt the person I loved. But then after it happened to me, and I found out, the way I found out was foul. So my ex-girl was pregnant. She told me she was pregnant.
Yeah.
I was like, all right. I'm like, this is a life changer. So like for like 24 hours, I'm like, all right, you know, because I'm not a piece of shit. I'm not gonna be like, yo, get an abortion, or I'm not gonna be around, right? So I'm like, all right. So I'm like situating my whole head in my life at that point for 24 hours, and then when I talked to her the next day and gave her a ring, I'm talking to her about some shit. And like saying how I'm like, yo, ready, you know, like whatever.
An onion ring?
We gotta do whatever. An onion ring?
You said you gave her a ring? What's an onion ring?
No, I'm not Homer Simpson fan.
Okay.
But no, sorry, that's a sour cream and onion ring.
Oh, okay.
Right? It's from The Simpsons when he.
I think it was an onion ring. Just a regular onion.
No, I don't think it was like a deep fried onion ring. I think it was like a snack onion ring, like the ones you get like a Humpty Dumpty onion ring.
Or was it one of those candy rings like the?
No, it wasn't a candy ring.
Okay.
It was there was onion related to the ring in some sort. Either way, no, there's no ring mint involved. No. But basically, all I'm trying to say is the next day, I found out that it was potentially not my child because of the time frame, and someone else shit fucked in that time frame. So after that happened, I changed up my opinion because that had happened to me, and I think it's better to be honest about cheating than to not be honest about it. Because that's selfish. That's the selfish way of looking at it.
I think it's
selfishly, yeah, to do it and hide it is the best way. But to somebody who actually knows what that shit's like,
that has morals and has kind of like a
it's definitely better to just be honest about it. And if you're lucky, the person you love might fucking, you know, understand. Maybe they've been through it before or something, or they've cheated, and they might respect the fucking balls that it took for you to admit that shit on either side of the pool, whether male or female. And if it's meant to be, then they'll take you back. And if it's not meant to be, then move on. You know what I mean?
Right. It's a very touchy subject, but
what's your opinion, though?
I think it's better just to admit it.
Be honest.
Be honest. Like you said earlier in the podcast, like I'm a very honest person.
Yeah.
I don't like holding on to things because like
that's the worst thing.
Like
too, man. That shit eats at you.
And like even
you
like
act different. The way you move on a day-to-day basis is different. That shit changes your whole.
And like it holds space in your head that like that will stretch you out over time. It holds space like, oh, is she gonna find out about this and blah blah blah. Like
I'll tell you one thing, man.
Hold space in your head. You don't wanna have those demons.
I never had a bigger demon released off my conscience and a bigger weight released off my shoulders than when I admitted to my ex-girlfriend. And at this point, she was already my ex. Like, this isn't that last girl we're talking about. This is a different ex-girlfriend.
Yeah.
And I admitted to her everyone I had ever cheated on her for and everything I had ever done in that sense. And even though we already broke up at the time and shit and all that, and like I'm not looking for forgiveness, I'm not, you know what I mean? I'm not looking to be forgiven, any of that shit. I was just being honest. And there was nothing like, even if she found out at that point, there was nothing that, it didn't matter. You know what I mean? Like, as if she was to find out through someone else or whatever, because like, there was nothing on the line for me, but nothing felt better than that, was to just be honest about that. Like, that weight off of my shoulder, my conscience, was one of the biggest weights I had ever been relieved. And at that point, that's not even interrelated. Like, that's not even, like, at that point, you're not even emotionally attached to it anymore like that. You know what I mean? Like, you're not trying to, like it was just about literally getting it out. Like, I'm not gonna lie, it was probably selfish as fuck, because it probably did more for me than it did for her. You know what I mean? If anything, it probably just pissed her off for the night. And me, I was like, I feel good.
Yeah, you get it off your chest, but
no.
It might hurt her for that night. But over the long run,
at that point,
over the long run, you're like, well, if she finds out another way, like, oh, like.
At that point, if she found out another way, that's what I'm trying to say though. We were already broken up, so it wasn't even like that type of situation anymore. Like, she already had another boyfriend, so it was already like past that kind of point. But still, that was one of the biggest weights ever.
In a situation when you're still with the girl, like let's say like she finds out that you've been cheating for like months, and it's like, wow, I've just been all this time that I've been spending with him and building with him, like it's like he's been cheating on me this whole time.
Yeah.
It's like it might hurt her right at, like when she finds out, but it's kind of worse holding on to it and then her finding out that you've been cheating for longer.
Well, no. Do you know what the worst part is about cheating? And it obviously, like, I didn't find out this way, but it took me to go through it to realize it. The worst part about cheating to somebody else is to have to find out through somebody else. If somebody else messages you like, yo, your man's cheating on you with this girl, she told me that he fucked them last night, or vice versa, yo, your
I actually had a friend like
that's the worst, because you don't even trust. Like, that's the thing, if your partner comes up to you and tells you they've been cheating, yeah, that's gonna fuck up the trust. You're not gonna trust them anymore. That's gonna fuck shit up. But at least they were honest with you. They were the one that had enough balls to tell you. If that person that you've confided and put all your trust in cheats on you, and then you find out through somebody else, there's almost no luck of that chance ever.
Yeah, we're coming up to the end. I just want to tell this last thing about the subject we're just talking about. How I found out that a girl was cheating on me was
You seen a Bukkake video on YouTube?
No, it wasn't on YouTube. It wasn't on YouTube. No, but
I'm just fucking with you.
A friend of mine.
I shouldn't say that on a touchy subject, but it's the podcast.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah, exactly. But a friend of mine.
You just let me spill my heart for like 10 minutes.
Yeah.
And like be serious. I'm sorry.
So like, the girl that I was with was trying to hit on a friend of mine, and he told me, he's like, "Yo, watch this." So like, I went over to his house. And he starts messaging her. She came over to the house where we were at, and like he was like messaging, saying, "Hey, like, let's mess around, let's, you know," he's talking to her all sexual and everything like that. She's like, "Oh yeah, I'll come over." And she came over, and then when she realized I was there, she was like, "Oh fuck," like, and then I just broke up with her right there. I was like, what the fuck, like.
That's fucking awful.
You know?
Damn.
But at least I had a good friend that was gonna say, hey, like.
Yo, you know what though?
Told me about it and said, hey, like, at least he wasn't a shitty friend and just went and fucked her. And
No. That's solid, because most dudes, going back to what we were talking about, the thirst trapping shit earlier and thirsty guys, most guys wouldn't do that. Most guys would be like, yo, man, my man's girl trying to hit me up. Hit her up on the side, maybe smash.
Yeah.
So you gotta get a homie, you know what I mean? Because guys are more vicious than girls are, man. Girls can be vicious in today's world, but at the end of the day, I don't care how much guys want to demonize females, be like, gold diggers and this and that. And at the end of the day, man, girls have a better, just by nature, moral compass than men, because men by nature
I agree
are designed not to be monogamous. Men by nature are designed to bust nuts in everything that fucking walks,
right,
and reproduce as much as possible. The thing is, we live in a society in which you cannot maintain busting a nut in everything possible and reproducing with everybody, because you have legal obligations and financial obligations in which follow that. So you don't do that, but by nature, that is how you are actually designed.
right.
There are very few monogamous creatures on the planet. Parrots are one of them. There's very few of them. But female human beings are one of them typically. Now, whether a reason a woman cheats generally is because taintedness, whether they've been abused earlier in life or whether they've been cheated on so many times they don't trust men, trust issues, different things. Typically, a lot of times it has to deal with some sort of deper rooting issue why women cheat.
Right.
A woman who doesn't have a reason to cheat generally does not.
Like a lot of times when a guy cheats, it's like they're in a situation
where it arises,
and
they just act on it instead of declining it.
Yeah, it's like, I find like if a guy cheats, he's kind of acting on the moment a lot of times. Not always. But like if a girl cheats,
she does it willingly, and like
she's planned it.
Yeah, she has. I would agree with that, because any cheating woman I've known, and this is not even a shot at my ex, like, but even though that actually does follow in this category too, but this just goes to other girls that I'm friends with who I've known who have cheated. It's generally a planned thing.
Yeah.
And if not planned, it's like, it's a built up thing. It's not just like I met this guy at the bar and fucked him because I was pissed at my boyfriend. It's like, I was chatting to this guy online because I suspect my boyfriend was cheating for the last 2.5 months. So we built this up and we hung out a few times, went out for coffee, and then we went out and fucked. You know what I mean? Like, it's like a more premeditated thing. When a guy cheats, it's more generally, but you know, obviously there's things on each end, but.
Right. So, let's not wrap this up, but finish, because we're not going to wrap it up because it is the No Condom podcast. So we're not wrapping this up, but we're going to finish this episode. Episode 7.
Your end.
The moisture is real.